Sunday morning had dawned, and we were preparing to embark upon what would turn out to be one of the toughest days on two wheels we would ever experience. Not that it had been a cakewalk up until this point, however. Granted $1,000 each, we'd been tasked with buying second-hand dirt bikes in order to prove that this illustrious sport that we love doesn't have to break the bank. And a day later, I scored a 1990 Suzuki DR250S for just $850. It was in pretty good condition too. So after a bit of work, I took it for a shakedown run and was amazed by how well it rode. Feeling pretty confident, it was me who arrived first out at the Lake Station farm on Saturday, where a bunch of challengers were. The boys all showed up soon after, and we got down to business. Only to have Matt's ag, which I thought would be the most reliable, break down within the first 100 metres. Chaos followed, but from within it, an order emerged. Anton and my DRs were a rung above, whilst Jack and Kynan's smaller bikes, Honda and KTM, brought up the rear. Before long, however, Kynan's 65 locked up on the motocross track, and then Jack's XR lost its clutch and subsequently stripped the front sprocket. Only Anton and I survived it all. But after a night's worth of opportunity to make some hasty repairs, rejoining us today would be the last person I expected.
Oh wow, day 2, we've gained Matt. He's got a pretty dodgy head gasket. He was just warming it up before and he was doing a few pops and bangs out the head gasket, but it looks like it's running. Into it, eh?
We were. Matt's first test.
This looks a bit bawdy.
How would this newly repaired ag fare?
Take up here,
Oh dear. But on the way up the next hill, which was much less steep, he had an opportunity to tell us a bit more about this mysterious old Yamaha headboard.
The Ag 1752 stroke. Oh, it's probably got about 15, 20 horsepower. ISIS love them. Farmers in New Zealand and Australia love them. So just most reliable bike ever, as I stated yesterday. Google reckons you get 120k out of top gear on this thing. I think the difference, I'm full throttle now.
Still, as he crested the top, at least things soon got worse.
I reckon a moped would be faster than this thing. Oh no. Oh no. He'll be right. We'll come through on the downhill. There we are, we're up again.
Up ahead, the two Suzukis were just working perfectly. What else would you expect?
That's full throttle downhill, that's not good. Sounds like the pipe's cut off. But I don't think it was one head gasket, so that could be hard to believe it.
Mechanically adept viewers will note that this is not right.
Oh, it's not down there. Oh, we might have a seizure. Oh, we've seized her.
Already at the next challenge now and unfamiliar with the concept of a breakdown, having bought DRs, Anton and I suddenly realised.
Hill climb.
So gnarly.
Yep.
What the hell happened to Matt?
No, he was right behind me.
The last I looked, he was right behind us.
Random. I wonder if she'll kick, or if she's seized. Oh, I've seized an egg. I've seized an egg.
Eventually, we began to fear the worst.
So what did it sound like? Was it running alright?
Yeah, when he was behind me, it was good.
I wonder if she broke down again.
Maybe. Definitely wasn't happy when he first started it.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit, really, would it?
Nah. He breaks everything he rides.
But just as hope started to dwindle, a noise.
Oh, I can hear him.
Here it comes.
Something was different though.
That is a funny looking egg, I'll be honest.
Sam's a bit more powerful. Sorry, a bit late.
What the hell's that?
That's the egg. I just had to take the side stand off it, f***ed out.
You had to take the side stand off it?
Yeah.
Okay, you fit upside down forks while you're at it?
No, they're always like that.
I wasn't convinced. So I made him go first to prove it.
See up there?
She sounds like an egg now.
I was going to say, it sounds pretty egg.
Maybe he is telling the truth. He just fitted some new plastics, upside down forks, you know,
the
got rid of all
side
the
stand
farm stuff.
Change the tank.
Single shock.
Yeah.
Whatever he'd done, it was working. But as the hill grew steeper and steeper, things began to unravel. He was treading water now.
Oh well. That's where I make it.
And not a bad effort it was. Anton and I were convinced now. Only a true ag could have bogged its way that far up this fearsome farm hill.
Oh, bloody old DR up, eh?
The 200.
First kick, baby.
He'll go well on that thing. She's full tractor spec.
And unusually, that's what you want here. Most hill climbs are all about line choice and power. But on this one, thanks to its many obstacles, navigation and traction are the name of the game. Our low performance old bangers were incidentally the perfect tools for the job.
That is so close. Who the hell's won that?
It appeared to be Matt, by a nose.
Oh, g'day, mate. Ha, yeah. The egg did well. Got about a metre more.
The egg's bloody done it. Alright, my turn now.
I was feeling a bit nervous though,
Come on, DR.
because I had a little problem.
It was low end bog, might get him. I hope it does.
It had developed after the swamp challenge, a dead spot just above idle. I'd have to keep the revs up. That new tyre though was worth its weight in gold up here. My talent would run out long before its grip did. And lo and behold.
Well, at least you won.
Yeah, that's a win.
There's a hole there, mate.
So, the perfect weekend continued for my mighty 250S. And in one fell stroke, Matt, on the newly repaired and suspiciously good Ag, moved into 4th place, just 2 points behind Jack. A podium, it seemed, was on the cards. But that said, he'd be a fool to count his ducks just yet. It wasn't over.
And as you know, we didn't just choose to do this film here because it's pretty. We chose it because it plays host every year to a round of the National Enduro Championship. And Enduro consists of river crossings, logs, tree routes, steep hill climbs and descents, bogs, ruts. God only knows what we're getting ourselves in store for here, but look, we've got to prove that dirt biking doesn't have to be expensive to be fun, and you can still do it for $1,000. That means taking on the enduro loop. I suppose we'll have to do it. Alright boys, let's roll.
This was no joke. Even at the best of times, a national level enduro loop would be a real challenge for us. And today, we were on second-hand bargain bangers. I'd pulled my groin badly in that crash. And Anton punctured his rear tyre right there. The timing simply could not have been worse. We were in for a long day.